Hey vlog cabin lifers, here again working on our Kubota BX22. This time I'm going to be working on the bucket here. I don't know if you can see. There you can see the bucket's starting to get a little deformed, worn out. Actually, you can actually see where I started to straighten it, cracked. So I'm just going to weld it up. I'm going to continue straightening it with a hammer. And what's happening is it's just getting worn out underneath. A lot of dragging. So it's got a little extra hours on it. It's not the newest thing, so but we can fix it. Got a welder, access to some metal, and we're gonna fix it. So I'll keep hitting this with a hammer, getting most of the belly out. This is pretty good down here. Get that out. Probably get a couple more cracks. That's how thin it is. We'll weld that. Maybe run a bead on the inside here, bead or two, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do on the outside, reinforce it so I have a better wearing surface when I do use that bottom edge for grading. Let's see. Get a good shot. It's hard to see. If I got a straight edge. Grab one of these pieces of metal I have. I'm going to use to fix it. There you can see it. Here's the corner edge. The outside corner. It just goes in. So, alright, so we're gonna fix that. Gets pretty loud with a hammer, so we'll shut it off and we'll be back. Alright, so I got all the belly out. It's a little straighter. There's a lot of wear and some cracks. So I'm gonna run a bead or two along this side, and then on the inside I'll show you that after I flip the bucket around, and then I'll show you the two wear strips that I'm gonna weld on the back side here. So that'll wear out before the bucket. Okay, so this is the inside. Let me see the light shining through some of the holes. I'm banging it out. So, but we'll fix that. Run a bead or two on the inside here. And we should be good. So these are the strips of metal that I had made. They're 1/4 inch thick, about 2 inches wide by 46.5 inches long. I have 2 of them made here. What I'm going to do is put them on the outside, grind them down the ends a little bit to get past this weld. So 2 inches by 46.5. We'll run along this edge here, one in here, on the back edge of the bucket, and then I'm going to mate it up against the other one here, and so the strip will go along here on the bottom edge of the bucket, and that'll give me a nice wear surface so this doesn't wear through again. So I'm going to run a bead under here and run it smooth, get it all cleaned up and prepped, and then get these tacked in place and weld all along the outer edge, and get them all installed, fitted up, and we'll be back. Okay, so the inside of the bucket's all welded up. At least filled in the cracks, reinforced that edge. Honestly, those are some of the worst welds I've ever laid down. Very ugly, but for a tractor bucket, they'll do. So this is the bottom of the bucket. Adding a little bit of weld, some of the areas that were thin, some more ugly welds. But for a bucket, perfectly fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bucket off of the boom arms, and I think that'll be the easiest way to put those other reinforcement plates on. So I actually found that this is going to work out so much easier removing the bucket from the tractor, and it really wasn't that hard. So just 3 pins and voila, it's off and inverted. So much easier to weld. So what I did was I ground all the high spots down from the crappy welds I put down on the bottom of the bucket, and cut the 2 bars here, the 2 plates, 2-inch plates, and this is about where they're going to end up going, and weld all the way around, fully weld them. And this steel is actually ER 500 material, good for abrasion. So you see I beveled them to fit up against the ends here. That's what's left of the crappy repair job. So we're just going to cap them with these plates, weld it, and we'll be back. Alright, so first pass through the middle. I have to run another pass since it was such a deep groove. And the outside edges, these outside edges should be fine. Should be okay. Plenty of weld. So one more pass in the middle and we'll be done. Okay, all done. Second pass on the middle bead here. Doesn't have to be the prettiest. This thing's gonna just get ground down. But all in all, came out real nice. Reinforced that bottom corner. So anybody that has an older tractor might have to reinforce that rather than cutting the whole bottom out. Just reinforce that bottom edge. I use the AR 500 plate, 1/4 inch thick, 2-inch strips. So just did short little stitches, and I just jumped around from side to side until they were all filled in. And one other thing I did was use the propane torch to preheat everything up, get it warmed up. I used that in my tooth bar video. Probably not as necessary for this one. I only really had to use it once in the beginning. Just get everything warmed up here. It's a mid-March afternoon, so it's about 40 degrees outside. Not too cold, but just like to preheat it a little bit. Lay them welds in there a little bit better. Once I preheated it, it pretty much from welding kept itself warmed up, so I didn't have to reheat it again with the torch. So not too shabby with the MiG 175 Eastwood welder. And so I used 030 wire, and those are the settings that I had at about J8, which is what's recommended under the hood on the Eastwood. 030 wire, 1/4 inch J8, so looked good. Alright, so any questions, comments, Don't forget to like, subscribe, appreciate it, and stay tuned for any other videos that I'm going to do. I'm sure I'll be doing some more projects on this tractor, and hopefully get my backhoe soon. I'm sure I'll have videos of that, mounting the backhoe frame and getting that thing hooked up. Alright, have fun.